Hey folks, this is Keough, and I've got some training footage from today for you. Taking a break from watching the Patriots lose to deliver this to you. I have my first day of Smolov, in which you're going to see me squat without knee wraps, 300 pounds for 4 sets of 9, and then after that I ended up doing some deficit deadlifts. I did them off of a high deficit, 4 inches, which is a 45-pound bumper plate stacked onto a 25-pound bumper plate, with some monster mini bands, which are giving me about 80 pounds in resistance at the top. But anyway, this is 300 pounds. This is the first of 4 work sets. I'm doing sets of 9. I'm going to jump 20 pounds for next week, and then another 10 pounds for the final week, so this will become 320 and then 330. To be honest, it was a little strange squatting for reps with 300 pounds, especially without my knee wraps. Not to say I do a lot of 300-pound squats with my knee wraps, but this is a weight that I haven't really worked with for a work set in quite a while. It's below what I'm accustomed to walking out and having to squat. So that was actually kind of nice, but it actually also became sort of a detriment to how I was performing these work sets. I'm still trying to rediscover the groove of unwrap squatting, and that's going to take me a few weeks. It's not going to come. It's not going to come on the first day, and I understand that. So on some of these reps, I just got a little lazy. I either rounded forward a little bit, or I dropped my chest a little bit more than I would have liked. Weight distribution on my feet was different from rep to rep. I was letting my right side sag a little bit on certain reps, which I really don't want to do, and I think the root cause for a lot of these issues was, number one, I haven't squatted without wraps in quite a while for work sets, so it feels a little strange, and it feels a little strange being in the hole. But number two, I think the weight is low enough, and my top end strength at this point is so overdeveloped that it's really easy for me to get a little lazy in the hole, because once I get past that sticking point, I just pop up with everything very, very easily. And I want to not do that, obviously. I don't want to get lazy in the hole. I don't want to get lazy with my technique and just assume that, if the bar gets a little forward on me, if I get out of the way, if I fall back a little bit, if I lose positioning a little bit, that I can just simply recover from it. I'm trying to do these with good technique, with the best technique possible, and replicate that technique for every repetition. So it's something I'm really going to be working on. Not to say I wasn't working on it today, but these are clearly still a work in progress. On here, it doesn't look like the bar is shifting position. It doesn't look like I'm altering my bar path from rep to rep. The reps look pretty consistent, but trust me, I can feel these small differences, and I know I can do a better job with it, and I will do a better job with it over time. First day of Smolov was really easy, kind of as expected. The 300s were very easy. I fatigued a little bit. I haven't done a lot of high rep work in a while, so on this last set I started to fatigue, but the reps are still moving fast. I'm not really getting stuck in the bottom at all. It's just a pain in the neck. A 9-rep set is not fun with any weight, including the bar, at least for me. So I was fatiguing a little bit, but again, my top end strength is so good. Once I get past, once I get about a third from being completely in the hole, I just pop up with everything real fast, and that decreased time under tension, I think, is going to serve me well doing a high volume program like Smolov. I think less time under tension means I'm going to be able to handle more volume, and I'm looking forward to seeing if that's the case or not. My commitment is still to deadlift each and every week, and I'm going to avoid doing a lot of high intensity deadlifting by finding ways to just make my deadlifts more difficult, using deficits, using bands. It'll decrease the amount that I have to break off the floor, and it'll save my lower back for squatting, while still retaining, I think, a lot of my deadlift strength. And honestly, these felt really good. The monster mini bands that I'm using take off or add about 80 pounds at the top. I did 315. You just saw 365. This is 415 for a triple, and I pulled this pretty solid. I got a little forward on my 3rd rep, which was obviously not what I want to do. When I start to struggle with my lockout, I do basically the inverse of what everybody else does. What a lot of other people do is they'll shift their weight back on their heels, they'll allow their knees to track forward, they'll ramp the weight up, they'll lock their knees out, and then they'll lock their hips out last. And I basically do the exact opposite of that, where I almost put myself in like a Romanian deadlift position. I lock my knees out first, I shift my weight forward, and then I lock the weight out. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't know why I do it. It's just what feels natural to me when I really fatigue, and I did it on the 3rd rep of this last set. But 440 off a 4-inch deficit, bars basically on the laces of my shoes. I don't know what my max is with this setup, but I think it's around 470 or so, and so this is a big 3-rep PR for me, and I'm really happy with this. It's around 520 at the top, so pull's going to be just fine through Smolov. I expect that it'll be just fine. Keep checking in, more videos soon.